Whoa.
Alright, let's do this, man.
Let's do it. Are you recording?
We're ready.
Alright. Can you tell me any stories about the Willard house?
The Willard house. What kind of stories you want to know?
I want to know myths. I want to know what you've seen. I want to know whichever you want to say.
Well, I've heard all kinds of stories about the Willard house. I've heard Tinda Wilson's daughter had died in that house. I don't know what the year was, but I've heard of that. We've heard noises in there, crying, child's cryings. We've heard music in there, lights go on and off, stuff like that. Stuff sounds like it being thrown around.
Okay.
That's about it.
What about the house in the woods?
House in the woods, I've only heard of one thing. That's something about a boy that supposedly walks on the second floor in between the exit sign on the back window, the backyard. I've never seen it or, witnessed anything like that. I've never even heard of any noises down there myself.
Okay. What about the underground tunnels?
Underground tunnels in Anderson, I'm not sure what they were for, but there's tunnels that's used for steam tunnels now that's actually goes throughout the college, but they're all blocked in. The myths that I've heard is they were used in the Civil War, which it can't be right because of the dates, so we know that's not true. But they're closed in. There's still actually some tunnels down there. I can actually show them to you, but they're not. I mean, you can't go through them. It's just steam pipe passageways. As far as things happening in Anderson, I've had several things happen to me. I've been in the basement one time. I was checking a fire extinguisher in the back, and I got all the way to the back of the room, and I heard some pounding on the glass. At the time, it was Christmas break, and there was nobody on campus. So all the students had left. I had asked Dean if Dean was on duty at the time. I asked him if he had any knowledge of him being over there doing anything to scare me, and he said no. He said, I don't know what you're talking about. He said he was down at the house in the woods. So I checked my fire extinguisher, I come back towards the front of the door, and I heard it again right at my head. It startled me, made me jump. Got back on the radio and asked Dean, or I didn't ask Dean nothing, I just told Dean to quit messing around with me because I thought he was messing with me. When I got to the top of the steps, Dean actually pulled up in the car, so I can't explain that noise, I don't know what it was. Also, around one of the breaks, when all the students were gone, I went to go lock the building up as I normally do. I noticed on the third floor that one of the lights was on in the classroom, 312. Went upstairs, went through the building, locked the building, shut the light off in 312, come back down with the car, happened to look back up and the light was back on. And I thought it was in the classroom next to 312, which I didn't know at the time, was actually on. So I went back up there to shut the light off, thinking it was in the next classroom over, and it wasn't. It was actually in 312 again. So the light had been turned back on. This was at like 3 o'clock in the morning too. So nobody was in the building. Turned the light off, locked the classroom again, come back downstairs to the car, and again I looked up and the light was on again in the same classroom. So I didn't go back up there at that time. I was done with that. I've heard whispering in there. I've heard footsteps. I've heard banging on the walls. Lights go on and off all the time in there. I can't explain any of it. I don't know. I'm not saying it's ghosts. I don't know. I just tell you that I've actually seen it. I've heard it. Feels like there's a presence behind you at times. Pretty, creepy stuff. Nothing's ever touched me or anything like that. Of course, if it has, I wouldn't be going back in there. So that's about it. I mean, really.
Okay.